3 is that only piece, right? And, you know, another further point, Dagda, if Wonder is playing flank duty as well, how does Flacket operate in the fights, especially when Cannon gets locked in for GiantX and we're just...
Where you are essentially just getting annihilated, right? Flashing in from the Antonio, an ult coming in from Juhan. Like, there are very few people that can really set you up, but bot side.
It's a good interrupt, though. Ignar actually outplayed Trimby's engage and outplays it again. Yankos is out, but now Patrick, with no summoners left, it might not be enough. Brand comes into fruition, a Gravitum as well. An easy first blood right where they need it.
In a completely dangerous situation as Heretics, and getting gold onto the Aphelios to try and accelerate him could help out at that potential next fight, but now Ignar...
Oh, from over the wall, ships in the night no longer. Ignar gets the pulverize up and he's the trample on the way. Wonder goes into the ascended mode, but man, there's no ulti for Ignar, so it ain't a fair trade, and Yankos burns him down to a crisp. It's the second kill for Team Heretics in this very prominent early game.
Yeah, Wonder playing with so much confidence there for good reason. He has Merc Treads. Look at that trio right there. The Kennen, the Maokai, and the Alistair. No one's going to do damage to him as the dive comes through.
He has Flash as well, but I'm looking for the exhaust. It's not up just yet. The Antonio is still burning down. Nevertheless, Wonder. It's going to be a sacrifice for Trimby's life, but he picks up a kill. The support doesn't matter. And that wave's pushing in without a brilliant lane to play.
And look at Yankos in the minimap. He's like, ooh, that looks tasty. He immediately starts to run up towards the top side. I mean, even if you don't get the play onto the Antonio, which may still happen.
Yeah, he has to ult for the wave at the very least. You could argue that ult is going to be useful, but never mind, he TPs away, and Wonder won't be able to do anything about it, but at least the wave's gone.
But you're still in position for Rift Herald if you wanted to as Heretics, so you still got a ton of options here, so that's a major win for Heretics. Sure, you lose the Dragon, but an Ocean Dragon isn't the worst. Now, hang on.
Sneaky. I mean, Flacket flashing to the left was a good play. Nature's Grasp will follow him, though, and as he puts the turret down, he's got Gravitum, but it won't slow them down. It won't even stop them in place. He tries to outplay it, and a good grasp is important.
Sacrifice in and of itself. And give a bunch of gold over to the Corki, but Jackie's now.
Oh, he's caught out. He's
TP
too far
coming through
forward.
as well.
And again, you just talked about it. There's no turret there. Ulti just burnt Yankos with a freebie, and Spyro gets a kill. I mean, bit of a mistake. And man, classic Jackies at this point. This dude in mid-game loves to get caught out.
It's kind of been a specialty. I mean, you can hear GB on the desk talk about it as well. This has kind of been the downfall of GiantX. It's just people getting caught out when they really shouldn't be, but there's the play.
All in into Patrick as well. Flacket ultis, but he's been exhausted. The trade almost. The last auto connects, so a 1-for-1. Now for GiantX, they run away because Spyro's in, but man, the GiantX bottom lane, I gotta respect
behind
that.
the Antonio though.
And now I respect this, don't I? The all on in, and onto Spyro, he does a lot of damage, but it's still not enough. There's Yankos to save the day. The thoughts are good, but in the end, Team Heretics is just getting too much in return.
And it's just a disaster.
Waiting forward. This is the Baron start. I was waiting. They're standing in front. Let's see how they go.
Spyro's TP is almost off cooldown there. Double AD carry plus a Maokai with the Andrews. That's a decent amount.
TP first, so.
Of damage. Yeah, Spyro's TP should be up now, so he can join as well.
That's
this is fast.
in. I mean, with Lucian in now, it definitely will be, but Trimby, Yankos here, it's going to be flipped at this rate at 3.5k. It's still being taken down. Team Heretics take the leash. Wonder, though, just gets shredded. Jackies comes in and the Antonio gets the backline. Team Heretics were torn apart. The Baron never de-aggroed, and the Baron take turn to turn. Turn back to a genius move from GiantX.
GX set up a beautiful trap there for Heretics. They'd already gotten that. It's worked absolutely fantastically, but now Yankos, they're going to need to get out of here. Should be able to escape towards his mid lane.
Now the question is, how much can they get off of this? The tier 2 up top side looks juicy. Trim's going to tank this.
Yeah, he will tank it, but it just depends. I don't think Ignar was going, but does he? Under Trimby gets shredded. Double AD carries do one thing well, and that is burn down tanks as Antonio just solo kills Spyro. Ignar's going to be the trade-off though, and Wonder gets a reset, so he starts flapping his wings as Jackies is now isolated for the time being. Good little relentless pursuit back, and Wonder can't chase anymore, but it's still a winning trade with GiantX getting 2.
The Antonio's like, oh, Trimby.
And that's such a game-changing wall as well. You flash over, especially in that narrow point where Team Heretics are now, you can end the game.
They've gotten good vision now. This has forced the Antonio to group, and if you can go front to back, it's easier for Heretics.
They know he's there. Nature's Grasp is there as well onto the Dragon. It is eventually taken by GiantX, but over the wall they try and zone off the Antonio's. Randolph flies through, but Wonder jumps in early again. And the Antonio shocks him in awe. Now the front to back changes hands as the Antonio gets poked on out, and yes, Flacket has damage, and so does Spyro as he pokes through and finds something. Even with 2 members left alive, the health bars of GiantX are low. They have to leave, but remember, they picked up the Dragon. They're on soul point. They also won the fight.
So fast. Double AD carry. They absolutely one-shot. They're just doing it. Right? And you can see Ignar here playing point guard.
Jackies is holding off. I mean, another point guard is here. It does indeed. Trimby's taken so much damage at the start. That Leona's now one shot. Shield comes through. Yankos gets a flash out, but with the Nature's Grasp, I mean, Baron is just gone. great zone control, and Trimby can't even think about an engage.
This is the problem, right? Trimby is the one who wants to take Located to find this engage before his teammates get poked out. And that puts a lot of pressure on him. Trimby, he has to find the engages in the next team fight, otherwise it's going to be really hard to play with the low health bars.
If you see Antonio on top side, you can't pull the trigger, and Trimby does.
I mean, he does indeed. He's just going to get burnt down, though. What were they expecting? Team Heretics maybe getting desperate as the TP comes out in the meantime. The Antonio might just get a free one as he rolls in, and a three-man knockup sets it up, and that's just that, isn't it? Team Heretics now against the wall, and GiantX, this culmination of a year, is looking red hot to move forward.
And I understand the idea from Trimby. It's the Antonio's pushing top. They don't have any wards in behind us. Maybe this is the moment, but he flashes and ends up seeing it.
A lot of people at home will really understand.
I think so. So, I mean, the pressure of this could be it. Like, you need to make it happen. And Jackie is making it happen.
Dagda for game one. It is, isn't it? The Antonio again, shocking Fyro. I think he has a personal vendetta against that guy's Wonder. Tanks and drains, but then can't drain any more tanks. At the end, GiantX have one member left standing in their way. A base to crack and a game to clean up now.
And it's all going down the drain for Heretics. They can't keep control of this Flakked. Needs to be a one-man army, but everyone has abandoned him. And GiantX are just going to crush through.
Ulti comes through, Flakked, a shield is there. Eragon, it doesn't matter. I know. You're just going to tell me that it's over, aren't you? Because GiantX, as they crush through game number one, they're going to date with Destiny, move to match point to try and make summer finals a reality.
And what I was going to say was, I mean, it's such a shame because that Baron was a throw, right? It felt like Team Heretics had such a good early game, but GiantX, they capitalize, utilize the composition well. They find that Baron rush and they turn the entire game around.
It was a rinse and repeat of SK. It wasn't a good early game number two. We're like, oh, hang on, they're working with something here, and then...
Diana, like, he doesn't block anything to her. You know, he doesn't, like, stop her. He doesn't, like...
Yeah, but he still has the ulti and the passive to tempo.
Yeah, he's good against. It's good against Ornn.
But we have missed Diana Yasuo. I don't think I have seen
They
Jax.
can still maybe choose to fight it. Brandon's no flash.
Jax has the option to take this fight later now. If
Kai'Sa is coming mid. Kai'Sa is opening mid. Maybe they'll look for a late fight.
Yeah, if they take this,
I guess they're just done by the time.
if they take this top, take this
again
top.
Oh, he's dead. Well played.
Come on, give it a little.
Well played!
Oh, first blood.
Oh my god, the Antonio with the EQ combo. Maybe fight 2v2 in the jungle, like Johan is going really
Right
aggressive.
now with Corki being 0 mana, I feel like this whole map's control is in control.
Can he just go frame here?
Probably.
Oh,
Has ult. Oh.
okay.
Oh, that's nice. It looked like a bit like a combo that I would do at my age, you know, but
nice wind wall blocks the spells. That was
And
just
GX
well
is
played.
clean.
That was just well played. Yeah,
Oh,
that
but
was pretty
Trimby's
good.
coming.
Flash. Oh,
Oh, flash you.
oh, Corki gets a kill with rockets. No, he doesn't.
No,
Oh wait, Corki is
Jack-
dead. Wait, Corki's
trolling.
Corki's
Jackie's
trolling.
up it?
Oh my god, Corki just flashed in. No, wait, he's not trolling? Oh my god, he's not trolling.
he's smurfing.
This is really hard. Nice try by Yasuo getting out. Man, casting is really hard when you're like...
whatsoever. And right now, GX, I think, overreached a little bit by going for that fight instead of holding on for this river control that they had and holding the Drake, because the game state was really good for him. But now we have a fight in the top lane.
Gank?
This happens, see, on top lane when you're like suffering from success a bit too much, the ganking is happening. But what is Wonder doing? Is this going to be the 1v2?
Wonder gonna do? No, he's not going. Oh my god, I can't
really-
focus.
It was really optimistic, but
Okay, go ahead,
Thank you
guys.
guys for watching.
thanks, guys.
Well, that was a great start. Welcome. Yeah, that was a really good start to the cast. Perks, Perks is something else. Perks is something else, man.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, God. All right, well,
Dive here, though.
thanks to the three of them. Yeah, let's set it up again. Apparently, we have newfound respect as the setup there being, no, he can't move, and he's just dead. And Team Heretics get something bot. That's nice. Now, I feel like we need to kind of just help summarize what's been going on inside him before anyone else in the game right now as well. So with that gap close and level 6 available, past that, of course, is onto Trimby. That might be the first target. The targeting there, and the moon will fall indeed, but Juhan gets arrowed up. There's no follow-up, and with the brand ulti as well, it's going bad for GiantX. Onto Ignite, the flash roll from Yankos secures the kill, and not only that, Juhan dies to the right of our screen. Another Winter's Bite, a last breath, because that's all you can fathom right now. But GiantX are choking right now too. Team Heretics ripped them apart, and that went from horrible to absolutely devastating for GiantX.
The counter engage from Team Heretics is
I
fantastic.
feel like he's in one of these bushes here still.
He's in the other bush.
Okay, Juhan, next one.
Oh, he definitely got spotted.
Jankos. Oh, dear Lord. TP, though, and he's going to make the play anyway, but the arrow comes out. GiantX just want to get out of there, but remember, they got the Antonio coming from behind, but the wall is up. A searing charge is good, but he has to flash away as well. GiantX, what are we doing? We're crumbling, that's what, but under turret, maybe. The counter engage from Ignar is good as the whirlwind comes through, and Jackie's ulti's been exhausted. That means he does no damage. He's just whittled down. GiantX have to run for their lives because this turret won't be safe anymore. They just got caught with their trousers down again.
It's pure chaos in the bottom lane. Everyone is throwing everything in the kitchen sink at each other and just hoping that something sticks. It is Heretics, though, that finally let the damage land, and now they will be able to turn over towards the dragon.
Yeah, it was a huge back and forth, with the exhaust coming down onto Yasser, onto Jackie's ultimate, despite that bot completion.
Just got a way to go. I mean, Team Heretics already getting damage down thanks to the 6 grubs. Flacket and Trimby are moving in as well, and some of these arrows have been exceptional. Flacket gears up for another as Trimby on this Brom sets up. The combo's out, and Antonio gets sent skyward. He's just dead. Beautiful chain CC, and with the Herald out as well, this is going to keep going to the inhibitor turret.
But this is also great from Heretics. One of the big criticisms we had of Heretics was don't wall it into the wall. It was that you're going to that they end up screwing up their mid game because they aren't decisive. They don't really know where they want to try and achieve things. But this is very much
short to come. Or at least sure to come, rather, as Team Heretics move up towards the top side. There's an outer turret left remaining. The Antonio is bot, and that TP is coming from him. They're going to set up for a team fight. Eragon, what have you said? There's the engagement. The arrow! Brilliant from Blackett. Wonder goes on in the meantime. Nobody's tanking it up. He's staying alive. He survived for so long. But now as they look for the Antonio, I'm still in question. I'm still in doubt, and Trimby is going to break it all out. There's the win that comes through eventually, and Team Heretics regain control. Well done again, and I think Blackett deserves respect.
the target select.
Flacket, I'm just saying that arrow was brilliant as you. Okay, again, boy. Has to get the proto belt out of there. Winter's Bite, fantastic as well. And remember, with this brand, there's no way to go but in. So Juhan thinks, well, I'm dead. And either way, nothing happens because of it as Jackie's now chases well. GiantX, he's feeling it. And they're not going down.
To make sure he was face checking with that Void Seeker, with that W on that Baron. They're very scared of the rush coming down. You can see all that vision control. They don't know if this started up or not. There's another one.
Arrow comes through for the team that, again, this year we've been questioning quite a lot. You can see the bottom of your screen while we get the engage that comes through. The Antonio might be called out. He flashes away. No Bellows breath until now to buffer it out. But the the last breath, maybe for Team Heretics if they can pull off this impossible. But no! The AoE, the damage, the explosion. Team Heretics laugh at that engage. They're too damn far ahead.
That was so well played by Trimby, managing to block so much of the follow-up coming through from Patrick, being able to get into position and that exhaust down onto Jackie's as soon as the combo landed. It nullified everything and allowed Heretics to turn around with those big old wallets.
And what it looked like was a fantastic engage from GiantX, but that brand ultimate coming out with the passive procs, the AoE damage is just too much, and we're seeing exactly why this champion is so strong.
Man, Baron picked up.
Like you got double AoE, heal, shields, get you out of dodge on that Brom as well.
Yeah, that's not good.
I think the beauty of last game when it came to GiantX was their ability to change the composition as...
Juhan is dead. Eragon, you may continue your point because that guy is dead.
So the way that they adapted was they pivoted to poke Maokai.
Yep.
And then they could outrange rather than having to rely on pure dive with the Kai'Sa.
Right.
And then they had AP Kai'Sa coming online, and that circumvents the need to dive. But I think that might be all she wrote as they go into the base here. They haven't got the Kai'Sa AP win condition online.
This was an absolute stomp. As the last engage is there, I mean, it's good. It's the last breath. The Horn comes through as well. But the Brom ult is up. It denies a lot. Wonder gets knocked up, though, in front of a turret. But still, you wonder, can Team Heretics fall at this point? The Grub's enlarged, in charge, and ready to go forward with Team Heretics blasting down the base. And the Nexus just open season for now. It was the best GiantX could offer, but this game was Team Heretics standing up and saying, we're not done yet.
Heretics are gonna push us to the game 3. There was just no stopping them on that. GX found some moments to try and make this combo work, but Heretics already knew that they were just too far ahead.
Yeah, Heretics have clearly come in with a game plan, playing these anti-engage compositions. Yep. They know what the side of GiantX want to draft, and they prepared a plan into it. And just gonna see what GiantX come out, because they can't play that same kind of composition. I think go back to basics, go back to a tank on Juhan. You can play it.
GiantX on the other side is going back to what they know work. I mean, Jackie's on 80 carry mids. All right, that ticks a box. If we're playing the game as well, Juhan surprising us with a different form of AP jungle as well. That's another box and champion. So cooldown keeps ticking down. You get it again. That's why her clear can be really obnoxious, really quick, as we see on the screen with the CS difference.
I mean, the last time we really started to see was like Canyon got, you know, the really involved in a lot of the meta. It was kind of this fringe pick that still you'd see Canyon bring it every so often. But
hang on a minute.
Big hit.
This is a really good gank timer from Jankos. He doesn't have level 6, but with the shove back, Jackie's only just gets that. Jankos flash for that. His flash now Jankos as well. I mean, look, at least you lose the flash there and it feels bad, but you get a grub, you deny all three.
Oh, doesn't quite clip it, but at least does get the job done, which was to interrupt. Well, all he wanted to do was just stop Jackie's from resetting because he has to teleport to get it back into lane, so he gets that. Juhan gets Jankos.
The shackles are out for the time being. I mean, this could be good with the Soul Siphon. The cooldown's already back on up, and now that the Tormented Shadow is sitting underneath, all you need is a binding, but Ignat does it for him. The Shattering Strike, and GiantX off to a cracking start.
Juhan on this Morgana showing us why he's picking as the engage continues. But the level 5 to 6 from Jankos eventually playing for that huge lead in terms of farm.
And that's why I think there are windows, though, where GiantX can try and punish. Like, oh, actually, maybe not right now, though.
There is the flash again on Trimby. This time, the Alistar's in this series have been willing to pull the trigger, so is this Vi jungle. But Ignat is taking up a lot of damage. And Juhan's now here. A binding that lands is good, but again, not enough for now. Soul Siphon helps get that Tormented Shadow down once more, but you can see...
Try and play the mid-game right now is more like a hit-and-run style, right? Like, see if you can get Patrick.
Got him.
Oh, hang on, Juhan.
But for the binding, I mean, the Black Shield goes out, but Jankos is going to wait for that. He flashes away because that second skin would launch it up, and now with no Black Shield, he's an easy target. Great patience from Team Heretics, and even finding Ignat on the chase through as he flashes over the wall. Team Heretics...
That combo, like Flack able to follow up, they are really good when it comes to these early skirmishes, so I don't think you want to try and play for them. You should be playing for arrows like this. Where
no.
Jackie's done as well.
But he still gets the ulti out, which means movement speed, so Flash comes through, nevertheless.
Starting this before they continue to lose out of the map.
Yeah, and it all hinges on that pick potential of Team Heretics. Can they find the pick, the single target burst of the Vi and the Talia combo with Flacket diving in?
We're really going to decide the game here. Torrent goes down top, and you can see Wonder standing still because he wants to TP in for the game. The Weaver's Wall is out. Call the Forge God doesn't connect on the other side. Trimmy goes into the engage. The dive from Flacket. The kinematics is there finally, but on the back end, Jankos is dead. GiantX open up the kill, and Wonder now comes in late, but he's getting whittled down. He gets one as he flashes on top of Patrick, but getting burnt down the X. He comes in, and Patrick's flash was incredible. He gets on out as Flacket on the back end has to run for his life. The Dark Binding doesn't connect, but a disconnected taken to an inch of his life as GiantX kite back. Team Heretics had top control. They're into fog of war right now. Ignat has to be careful. He runs in, and maybe getting caught out here ain't what you want. Ignat drops on down. You knew Team Heretics were there. Mistake after mistake, really deciding the year.
Because now you've got to get that TP out of Wonder. They've already invested so much, but Wonder are going to put pressure on towards the tier 2. Heretics, they need to find the engage.
Yeah, look at the flank ward behind. There's a ward that Wonder can TP to if he wants to.
Oh, man, he's going to use the Hex Gate for now. At least Jankos is the one who's going to do the flanking, but GiantX looking for the turn. They're not hitting the Baron anymore. Call the Forge God is there. Weaver's Wall as well. Jankos buffs it with his own ulti. The Daity's there from Flacket, but he gets knocked up. The Antonio and yet another team fight. Bops heads. Jackie's gets over the wall. Well, meanwhile, Wonder comes in, but gets rooted up. Team Heretics again. Another team fight where they're here, they're there, and now nowhere as the Baron returns.
And just like that, Heretics find themselves down against GiantX in their decider game. The TP coming back in from Jackie's. Spyro desperately trying to keep GiantX away from this Baron.
As GiantX, they're quite low, but again, Jackie's TP'd in. Trimby has to engage. There's not much hope for good sizing shot, but Jackie finds the kill. Trimby, without his ulti that was burned before, will drop to a double. Low on the Baron. GiantX may have kept their dreams in playoffs alive.
They needed one fight from Heretics.
Heretics under so much pressure. Look at the top wave as well. It's absolutely stacked. The Snipe tried rushing down the Nash before it spawns at Team Heretics. They don't realize.
I mean, a super quick double 80 carry. I mean, getting the smart move. Are you going to sacrifice it for the soul? 5 seconds, it's still spawning. Baron goes down.
They can rush it down.
How long will it take? I mean, Dragon Soul is huge, but Team Heretics, arrow flies through. Flacket gonna get hit here. He doesn't cleanse, he holds on. The Weaver's Wall zones him off, and Team Heretics, in their dying moment, still find a way to breathe. Soul is
they need
forever.
to get out, though.
Baron is temporary.
Can they get out here? The TP comes through. Nash for Soul is always Soul favored. Let's see if they can fight.
I mean, Trimby has ult, has flash to get away.
Oh,
Antonio! through! He flashes, but so Jackie does as well! He flies through, he electrocutes, he finds a breathing light in the middle of the fight, and Wonder comes in late, but man, with a quadra kill out when they needed him most! As much as Patrick is a scumbag for taking it, Jack eats flies!
I don't think GiantX will care. Patrick, and with Jackie's having that play, may have just guaranteed themselves season finals.
It's crazy that one moment decided it all. They gave over the soul so that they could continue in the summer playoffs.
A massive back and forth. I believe 7-0-4 for Jackie's there, off of the back of his carry potential. Wow, what a performance. GiantX bringing it back.
And now GiantX in a position where, as long as Carmine Corp do not make top 3, they are into season finals. And what a performance to do so. But on the opposite side, heartbreak for Heretics. This is the same result that we saw in the organization's first split in the LEC.
Yep.
But you can see not too many happy faces on their side.
I mean, with last
D point? I think we've understated it is awful. Tabai's rush in for so many of these different champions is going to be really miserable to play against, especially versus the burst that comes out from Carmine.
because I'm assuming, you know, there's flat AP that comes
And MDK can contest grubs in the reset. He's a closer, didn't even get one of them.
I mean, Close is going to go over. Yeah, you're right. And it's only singular in the end. Mirwin's coming down as well. This is over egregious. Targamas being here as he flashes over. Almost gets caught out with his life for first blood, but the disengage is there. They absorb that until that's really bonkers as Alvaro comes on in. But Close up. Oh my god.
Wait, now he has to... Wait, if MDK collapsed on him, he doesn't have the Q to get
up.
over. The thing is, though, the reset timers on MDK have been a bit funky. So super reset is fine because he doesn't want to be on bot side in case they try and look for a dive off of the next play. But with Elyoya resetting as well, you're not really in the position to try and look for a cross map. Like, you could try and zone kind of off of top turret and find an answer for the dragon play, but it feels like KC now starting to stack dragons and there isn't really a huge answer. But Targamas needs to be careful here.
He is. He's waiting in brush, pixel brush, but Elyoya is there. Flash away. There's the ulti to follow up, but a double knock-up is bit with a depth charge. KC can turn this. The flashing from Close is great as well. And Alvaro gets the trade here with a great engage himself, but no one there to support. Two members down, a double over to upset, and Targa was just the bait. Kana off on the side as well.
Alvaro holding this bush makes it really difficult for KC to try and push forward because the setup from MDK could be huge. Kana trying to take space, upset, had already pushed in the wave in mid, so they get the tower, and now the steal from Closer.
Trying. Oh my god, the smite a little bit early. Closer, excuse me, at half HP at the back of the pit. Now caught out, he has to...
The static shiv build and Gwynsu's Rage Blade, opting more in towards the AP heavy build,
'cause you've got
was
no
kind of
AP.
needed with a lot of the AD, but also just being able to contest waves. But now KC on the back foot.
I mean, Targamas, he's a target here now, but Alvaro changes onto Vladdy. The Zerial comes through, but Vladdy's fine. They re-engage. The Pop Blossom will find the mark, though Mirwin's done a lot. He tries to auto-attack on the back end, but KC have the come up. There's a double kill already there. And just as we're saying it, the team fighting 80 carries are popping off. Close is looking for the chase. Vladdy gets the reset. Elyoya's up next, and KC's reliability is soaring with their stonks.
Yeah, a teamfight win in the mid lane. A bit of an overextension from MDK. It's going to convert into a Nash star as well. They do so much damage to the Nash, and this is exactly what they needed because they were on a timer. They had Hextech Soul denied, their full AD essentially, and those armor items are coming through, but now they managed to kill Nash, and this is how they accelerate.
And the fact that you're going to be able to rinse this with double AD carry, double Kraken, it does not survive very long. Perfect timing for for KC. But this is where it becomes so crucial. This mid wave gives you so much control over the map and trying to help Merwin get push on this bottom side. So the fight begins. Targamas with the hook.
And again, his stretch lines haven't been bad. The depth charge as well. Super gets over the wall, so at least he's away from that engage. Pop Blossom is there. It's a one-man, but onto Kana. They're trying to play front to back. The Zerial's there as well, but finding the back line. That's Kana, or rather Closer, who gets the ulti to lock on down. The upset ulti as well flies on in. Their aggression impact today, and KC cleaning up. Mad are dumbfounded. They've just been wiped again. They're all map and looking for Baron Vision to clear. While MDK continue playing on the back foot here with more and more control being given over. remember as well, Dagda talked about that IE. We've got a 3-item Tristana. Targamas knows it. He dredge lines in. Good ulti though. Closer steps on up. He's getting burst down, but Upset into the backline. Flashes away from the Magnet Storm. Great spacing here as KC now look for the right side of the fight and onto Frescowy. He gets destroyed. Even the hook from Targamas hitting through the wall is big as Kana gets revenge. He's Pop Blossom though and kited back, but still KC are on the up and up. The up and out. The up and done for game number 1 as Upset has become godlike and KC have become done with Mad Lions.
Upset's aggressiveness in that fight made it impossible for MDK to get their footing. He dives onto Mirwin, but no way. Are they just going to look for the end?
They're going to try at the very least. Look at the death timers on 3 members of Mad Lions. Koi, he has been called Koi, in fact, Upset. He's been called a KDA player, but in this game, he's proving us wrong. Casey might think otherwise, though. The death time is not long enough at this point in the game, but man, this is a good return from the earlier game state.
Frescowy, Upset, playing the hyper-aggressive, won the fight. Now can he do it again?
Is this the Hail Mary? It feels like it is, right? I mean, onto the Baron, drawing in KC. Closer, though, finds an old target on Frescowy, but no one's nearby until Upset flies on in. Frescowy is outnumbered, outmatched, and outdone. MDK now with 4 members in front of the Baron. The debuff is there, and KC getting hit hard, though, by Super is the try, but even Death can't find a kill there. In the end, Upset flies through, and Bloody starts hopping on like it's Mario Brothers again. And it looks like Mad are just out of gas in this first game.
I love watching this version of KC.
Agreed.
The fact that they have grown over the course of playoffs, over the course, he's gone. This has been such a joy to watch. KC, strong early games, commanding into the mid game, and their team fighting has been extraordinary playing around Upset.
Yeah, absolutely. The team fighting is exactly what I'm looking at as well for this roster of the KC.
They start in winter when they debuted in the league, in spring as well. There are a lot of throws, there are a lot of inconsistent games, but this has been the split of rejuvenation, the split of growth for KC. They've tried a new roster as well with Closer and Kana. I mean, this was a big gamble when Kana had rough times over on T1, and we remember, you know, Closer in the LCS as well on 100 Thieves.
The damage from Upset, this AP build is going to start doing wonders now that it's got to the 3rd and early 4th item.
And with Baron as well, they're just shredding these turrets. There's nothing that split pushing Nico top can do, right? Mirwin has tried. He's tried to put pressure on the other side of the map, and there's a wave coming in, but KC have now broken the base in 2 different places. The gold leaders now moved to 8K. There's a soul there, there's a re-engage here. Targamas with some great hooks this game, and Closer just dives in so that Upset's delight can continue. He rolls, he flies, and Upset will continue to glide. These 80 carries thrive, and KC will not accept their time to die.
Upset says stop and watch as he outplays MDK beautifully in the base. The Nexus turrets are falling.
Oh my
Super
God.
may go with them. But KC, a glorious game 1 to start this series.
I think Glorious is absolutely right. 11:05 on Upset. The second that the game fell into the lap, they took it and they ran with it. They didn't stop. They secured every single dragon, every single team fight win. And it didn't just end there. Now they're on to game 2.
I mean, top looked like a disaster. Mid was good for Mad Lions. Bot was Super's hunting ground. But it didn't matter in the end. Once KC caught Mad Lions alive, those Lions were tamed. Game 1 over to KC. Match point again.
Reliant on having that flash because your W is relatively short range, and if you can spot around a marker, say with Sejuani or whatever, it makes it very difficult then to try and play into that. So I'm not the
connecting here with an Arctic Assault from Closer. That's an ulti out from Kana, and Mirwin now has the push.
And nicely done by Ayoya to read it, but now in mid.
Targamas angle, it sets it up. The Fate Seal not interrupted. Bloody's hit on the way out, but Frescowy is looking for double Q. A nice roam. Early ganks, but Closer's always there. That's one thing you can say about this jungler is Ayoya's moving into position, and Alvaro is thinking about engage. There's a Shattering Strike, the Crash Down as well. The Seer locks him down. The Fate Sealed. Will he ever get to move? The answer, no.
Kana was already pathing there through mid as well. He wanted to potentially join the fight, but the engage from MDK is there. They immediately pick off Closer right before the...
6 grubs?
Yeah. And that's going to be great for Mirren.
And it feels like a masterclass from Elyoya in terms of the jungle right now. All 6 grubs, no dragons lost, and you've mitigated all the gank windows topside as gank comes in
Damage
closer.
there, Hextech ultimatum, but look at who's here.
Oh,
MDK here to bail him out. Mirwin buys time, flashes down towards his team. Now he's dead, but what can they get in return? Elyoya, the carry, has to flash away, and Kana is sitting on his head. Alvaro, no engage, and MDK are doing it again, getting caught on out as Mirwin dropped first. Then it was their jungler, Alvaro next. The kills over to Kana, and KC are being gift-wrapped.
The point was, hey, if you're in a lead, it's great because you can try and take fights on your fancy, but when you look at where MDK are at now, it's more difficult when Targamas can engage and the follow-up's there.
And it's here again onto Alvaro, caught on out, his Magnet Storm's in, but Vladdy picks up the kill. I mean, after Dragon, it just keeps topping up, and KC are finding more windows into this game again.
Down off of this push into a potential mid-tower take, or just try and look for a dive on towards Khan as he gets in towards top. But 2 members of MDK here, this is risky.
TP's there, it's going to be a 4 versus 2. The ult locks down Frescowi. The wall is out again, and Vladdy already picks up one. Alvaro can't even move himself. No ulti for him. Casey execute a clean dive, and Alvaro is getting bullied in this game too.
I'm sorry, Casey, I wasn't aware of your game. I didn't realize that your dive was going to be that clean. They still will lose 2 towers, though, so in the grand scheme of things, I'd say a win for MDK.
Yeah, teleport committed for Kana as well. We saw this last game on the Renekton TPing down bot side, maybe when it wasn't the best idea because of the cross map, but MDK, the side lanes are going to be a bit volatile.
Well, it's another good point, which the Mortal Blade actually affects turrets as well, the extra magic damage that comes through, and so Yone makes him another good split pusher as MDK look at enemy jungle. Alvaro flash, shattering strikers. I could speak properly if Vladdy could move, but once again, the CC chains in this game mean that everyone just stands still.
Again, it's the Alvaro Elyoya hype train where they're just working so well together, catching members out, and you just don't have that same link up between Targamas and Closer try and get the vision, and now
Targamas.
They catch it. Oh, the rats. The engage is there. Double engage down. Targa is burning down as well and eventually drops. That was sneaky from MDK. You don't expect the double whammy.
Moving in, maybe he felt like he had safety because he had the sweeper activated, but heads up, great play between the towers from MDK, and that's going to convert into another tier 2. I want to look up topside on that tier 2 as well. Are they going to secure that too? To work together as a duo. Throw Upset in there as well with that ultimate.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to have to play mitigation on this tower.
especially since they have Vladdy pushing on the side, it feels like Vladdy would be far more vulnerable here.
Oh, Kana, good buff with that E against the wall, gets him out, and now he turns with the Hextech ultimatum. The charge on Alvaro's great, the dive in even better. Super now joins on in as a gold card follows through, but onto the back end, Kana is burning down. He's ticking, but the pot healing him up. Not enough in the end from the Blaze teleport.
Okay, moving in towards this top side, they want the tier 2 before KC can establish themselves in the map.
Yeah, you can see what Mirwin's plan is there. He's looking for picks. He's playing from bot
TP
into
behind.
mid. Look at the TP.
Oh, okay, this is a breaker in.
Okay,
Upset
see?
finds the pick, and Elyoya is dead. Wow! What setup from Casey's to jump down onto Super's buff, but he can't get out. He tried to heal on the wall, but Kana said no. KC again. They're loving the dives this series.
They find the play. It was MDK looking for a play with TF shifting up towards mid, but KC find the initial pick. They turn around. Kana comes TPing in and locks down Zeri, who tries to escape over the wall. And it just isn't enough because he can't get away.
It's the imports this series that are doing work as well. We highlight Upset, but man, Kana and Closer. The golden card hits Targamas, but he gets to safety. Again, KC finding another avenue, and while that's going on, they just hit mid down. Upset tanks it up, and 3 turrets from this Baron is big as, wait, for the time being, Kana looks for a flanking angle. He's hit out with the Hextech automated buff. The Super gets the ulti. There's the Magnet Storm. Alvaro buys some time, but Super is in the middle of it all. About to drop the Closer. Easy as that, as Targa and Upset have found Elyoya split up. And that's exactly what it is. As Man find Vladdy in the back end of the fight. Closer disengages. Upset, Targamas are out of there. There's the gold card you were waiting for, but Closer has to flash out in the end. Mad will get the Dragon start here. Luckily so, it's a 1-for-1 for them.
Kana gets collapsed on, so he kind of has to blow everything early alongside Closer trying to get in position to save him. So it ends up being Vladdy dying for Super, but MDK come out with
MDK, tier 2 turret is the goal.
And again, MDK back to where they started, aren't they? This tier 2's been the goal for a long time. Mirwin doesn't have that much damage. He gets the extended range, but Closer finds him out. The pick off, MDK stepping too far forward, you'd think, but Mirwin gets on out spaces. But in the meantime, Upset loves to fly. This guy has grown some wings in this series, while Frescowi comes in late, but finds Kana. That's one, but he still dies in the end. Mad, it's over-tunneling sometimes. That's really kicking them in the ass.
It's the core. Desperately want to try and get a win over KC, but just the French are just not giving them any way into it.
Destiny going to be used on the back of the pit. This Baron's going down fast to see it. Damage means a lot as Alvaro wants to get engaged into the pit. Smite is enough. Closer gets it and secures his body. Flies and glides with his Emperor's Divide. Alvaro is back on the bad line as Mirwin runs to the front. And KC, they are playing their comp well again with a TP to mid to try and break that base.
A series of errors from that top fight into a Baron start, and now a turn coming in from Vladdy, the player we have all hyped up recently in recent weeks. He's been playing so damn well, and now I think they can look for the end here. Is that 30 seconds left on Aljoya? I think they have time.
Up in 10 seconds. Dagda, what do you reckon?
Looking like Sadline's Koi are going to be taken to the main stage here. KC, they want to end this here.
Keeping their dreams alive. It's a miracle run needed as Mirwin gets uppercut by Kano, who's had a field day of this game. KC came to play, and when they need top 3 to get into season finals, KC will not take Mad's crap any longer today. The miracle run here in the LEC Summer Playoffs begins now.
And if I'm SK, I am shaky. This was a hard-fought game 2, but a well-orchestrated game 2 from KC. And that game 1 was a complete blowout. This is a different Karmine Corp from what we saw in the regular split.
Even when behind, they look so intimidating. Finding these picks, finding these team fights, the way they execute them, playing off of the Kai'Sa ultimate with the setter from the Camille, super impressive. And the coordination really is there.
Not only innovative comps, but yeah, comps that do need coordination. I think it was nice to see today. But of course, you can vote for your Kia player of the game at X. Is it closer, upset, or...